Hello, everyone, and welcome in to Game 2 of tonight's Wisconsin Rapids Rangers Invite action. Onalaska of post 336, the away team. Eau Claire post 53, the home team here in this one. And we just have gotten underway here as Onalaska, as the road team, up to bat first here. For Onalaska, leading off is the pitcher, Griffin Schultz. Starting on the mound for Eau Claire is Cooper Dykes. Schultz grounds that one to second. The sliding play and the throw to first is in time. A collision at first base. But the out made as Schultz grounds out for out number one. He's looking for an explanation, as is Coach John Adams. And they call him out. We go with what the umpires say. From this angle, it looked out to me. So a ground out to second for Griffin Schultz to start things off. One down here. Nobody on to the 2 spot in the order we go. It's the left fielder, Xavier Lawrence. So get you some on-field audio here for this game. And that one going to miss low. 1-1 the count here to Lawrence. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that one grounded down the third base line and through. It's going to be a single for Xavier Lawrence. That one just got by the outstretched glove of the third baseman, Eli Rathke. So that's a single for the left fielder, Xavier Lawrence. Now a runner at first and one down to the 3 spot in the order. It's the shortstop, Caden Kokeisel. And that one way inside as Kokeisel ducks out of the way. Count now 1-0 to Kokeisel. Catching for Eau Claire in this one is Sam Knickerbocker. The 1-0, that one misses low and outside. 2-0 the count now to Kokeisel. Throw back to first base, not going to be in time as Xavier Lawrence dives back safely. And that one low and away, throw back to first. This is going to be close, gets through the first baseman's glove, and there goes Lawrence to second, and the throw high to second again. And a dangerous, it could have been more dangerous for Eau Claire, but it results in Xavier Lawrence taking second base. And the count is 3-0 to Caden Kokeisel. That one misses. Ball 4 as Kokeisel is walked. Now with runners at first and second and one out, we go to the 4 spot in the order, the center fielder, Carter Gilhausen. And that one in there for a strike to Gilhausen. Here's the 0-1 to Gilhausen. That one lined foul, out of play. 0-2 the count now to Gilhausen. Again, as we come to you live on Zaleski Sports, multiple American Legion games live tonight on ZaleskiSports.com. That one misses for a ball. 1-2. We've got the Wisconsin Rapids Rangers. This is the Wisconsin Rapids Rangers invite here this weekend, going on from today until Sunday. And I'll be here all weekend.
Keep working, kid.
As will all these teams. 2-2 the count here. Got Steve Maves on the call back on, I think it'd be the North Field. Wisconsin Rapids Rangers and Viroqua. That's grounded up the middle and right to the mound. They're going to go for the force at third. They've got it. Throw back to first. Not going to be in time, but they get the force out at third base. So Lawrence is out heading to third for out number 2. Kokeisel advances to second. Carter Gilhausen reaches on the fielder's choice. So now runners remain at first and second, but now 2 outs. To the 5 spot in the order, it's the third baseman, Caden Perzina. And Perzina looks at a strike. Here's the 0-1. Misses low. Says the umpire. 1-1 the count now. And now we're going to have a quick meeting on the mound for Eau Claire. Very quick between third baseman, catcher, and pitcher. Spectrum Insurance is an independent insurance agency offering a full range of personal and business insurance services throughout 19 office locations in Wisconsin. We have a team of insurance agents with diverse areas of expertise ready to protect you from the unexpected. Visit SpectrumInsGroup.com. SpectrumInsGroup.com. Again, that's SpectrumInsGroup.com. 2-1. That was a ball thrown to Perzina. That one in there for a strike. 2-2 the count now to Perzina. Again, starting on the mound for Eau Claire is Cooper Dykes. The 2-2, that one going to be grounded to third, foul. And Perzina stays alive. Again, Onalaska comes into this game at 5-0 on the season. Eau Claire comes in at 1-0. Eau Claire coached by Mark Faunus, and Onalaska coached by John Adams. That one just misses outside. And now the count runs full to Caden Perzina. Here's a 3-2, and that one fouled back. And sounds like it also slung our microphone out down there on the field. That's all right. It was an experiment. So I'm sure you could hear that one at home right against the netting there. But that'll be the end of the on-field mic for the rest of the game. So there's always a risk there. Here's the 3-2 to Perzina, and a swing and a miss. Perzina goes down swinging for out number 3, and that'll do it for the top half of the first inning. No run score on 1 hit and 1 walk, 2 runners left stranded. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball action right after this on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life.
From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season, Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season, Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the bottom of the first inning here from the Rapids Area Sports Complex. This Wisconsin Rapids Rangers invite. Onalaska and Eau Claire tied up at zeros as we head into the bottom of the first. Sign up for Fleet Rewards and get great deals sent straight to you. Plus, you'll earn points on every purchase made in-store or online. Sign up now at fleetfarm.com. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. It will be Eau Claire up to bat here in the bottom of the first. Tyler Webb, Cooper Dykes, and Sam Knickerbocker lead things off tonight for Eau Claire. The shortstop, Tyler Webb, starts it off. Webb looks at a ball low and inside. Starting on the mound for Onalaska, again, is Griffin Schultz. Here's the 1-0. In there for strike one, and now the count evens up at 1-1 to Tyler Webb. And that one going to miss inside. 2-1 the count now to Webb. And that's going to be grounded hard to second. The scoop, the bobble, throw to first. Going to be in time for out number one. So Webb grounds out to second. It was Carsey Holter making the play there at second base. And he bobbled it for a moment. That was a fast ball hit towards him. Bobbled it, gathered it, and made the throw for out number one. Out of the two spot in the order, it's the pitcher, Cooper Dykes. Nobody on and one down here to Dykes. That one misses, low and away, 1-0. That one misses low and inside. 2-0 the count now to Dykes. The 2-0 pitch fouled back out of play. Make it 2-1 now to Dykes. And that's going to be lined into left field. That will get down out there in left. And that's going to be the first hit of the night for Eau Claire, a single for Cooper Dykes. And now we've got a runner at first. And one down for the catcher, Sam Knickerbocker. And the first pitch to Knickerbocker is going to miss outside. 1-0 the count now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on, hit well out into left field. Will it stay fair? Yes, it falls. That's another base hit. This one for Sam Knickerbocker. And Eau Claire now with back-to-back hits. Now runners at first and second base. With one down. And it's the left fielder, Trenton Palmer, up to bat. Again, starting on the mound for Onalaska is Griffin Schultz. The left fielder, Trenton Palmer, up to bat. He looks at a ball outside on pitch number one. Checks the swing there. Called strike anyways. And thought about it. Count evens up at 1-1 now to Palmer. And he hits that one well into right. That will fall. This may bring in a run for Eau Claire. Rounding third is Dykes coming home, and he will score. All runners are safe. It's an RBI single for Trenton Palmer. Dykes to third. Dykes scores. Knickerbocker to third. Palmer to first on the RBI, Palmer to second on the RBI single. He gets to second from the throw to third. And now it's 1-0. Eau Claire leads Onalaska. That one going to be fouled off by now up to bat the right fielder, Brayton Tillman. It's 0-1 the count now to Tillman. That one's going to miss, low and away. 1-1 the count now to Tillman. That one misses high. Now the count's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch, low for ball number 3. Good stop by the catcher, Charlie Newman, for Onalaska. Runners at second and third. One down. 3-1 the count. And it misses low. Ball 4 as Tillman is walked. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out for the center fielder, Elliott Height. So Height up to bat. Bases loaded. 1 down. And that's in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. In there again. Strike 2. Now the count 0-2 to Height. And that one going to be fouled back as Height battles away at the plate. Count remains 0-2. And a swing and a miss as Height goes down swinging for out number 2. That's the first strikeout of the night for Griffin Schultz on the mound. Now to the 7th spot in the order with the bases loaded and 2 down. It's the second baseman, Tyler Iverson. Iverson looks at one upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0, a curve in there for strike 1. Nice pitch from Schultz. So a couple curves like that tonight. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off, out of play. Now the count 1-2 to Iverson. And that one in the turf, off the helmet, and this is going to bring in a run for Eau Claire. Run number 2 on the board as Sam Knickerbocker comes across to score on the wild pitch. Palmer to third, Tillman to second. Now we've got runners at second and third, still with 2 outs, and the count is 2-2 to Tyler Iverson. And Iverson, that one well hit into right, and sliding to try to make the catch, but cannot make it. Iverson's going to have a hit here, and 2 runs will score. Iverson is going to take third, and I think I got to give that a triple. That's a 2 RBI triple for Tyler Iverson. 4-0 Eau Claire. Trenton Palmer comes in to score. Brayton Tillman comes in to score. Now we've got a runner at third and 2 outs for the third baseman, Eli Rathke. And Rathke fouls that one off. But again, that one tough on that triple. That was a very tough play. Out there in left field, it was Xavier Lawrence trying to kind of slide, dive, and make that play. He was close to it. But again, that's why that's a risky play to try there. As an outfielder, you've got a couple of choices. You either dive, try to make that play, or just let it fall and keep it a single. But again, that was a tough call. Winds up getting by, and 2-run score, 2 RBI triple for Tyler Iverson. And that is a swing and a miss with 2 strikes. Another strikeout for Schultz on the mound for out number 3 here in the bottom of the first. But Eau Claire, they put up 4 runs here in the bottom of the first inning on 4 hits, a walk, and 1 runner left stranded. It's 4-0 Eau Claire after 1 complete. We'll step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Rapids Rangers Invite American Legion Baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the second inning. Eau Claire leads Onalaska 4-0 here in this one, and it's the 6, 7, 8 spots due up for Onalaska, starting with the first baseman, Ben Foss. Foss fouled the first pitch back, so it's 0-1. And that one low and in the turf, evens up the count at 1-1 now to Foss. It'll be Ben Foss, Ben Stewart, and Carsey Holter. That one misses inside as Foss ducks out of the way. The 2-1. Foss, that one is going to fall in right center, right in between the right fielder and center fielder. This is at least a double. He's going to try for 3, and he's going to have it. This is going to be a leadoff, stand-up triple for Ben Foss. What a way to start things off for Onalaska. It's a leadoff triple for Foss. Now a runner at third, no outs. To the 7th spot in the order, the right fielder, Ben Stewart. That one called strike 1. That one just got the lower inside corner. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2 here to Stewart. Going to runner at third, no outs. The 0-2 just misses. Count now 1-2 to Stewart. And the curve drops in, called strike 3, and Stewart goes down looking for out number 1. That's strikeout number 2 on the night for Cooper Dykes on the mound. Now the runner at third and 1 down. We're to the 8th spot in the order. It's the second baseman, Carsey Holter. That one misses outside. 1-0 the count now to Holter. And that's going to be lined into right. Will it stay fair? No. Falls foul. And the count evens up at 1-1. A well-hit ball just barely fell foul out there down the first base line. So 1-1 the count here to Holter. And the 1-1 pitch, that one's going to be grounded to third. They're going to go for the out at first base. Run will score. They get the out at first, and Onalaska puts up their first run. So Holter grounds out on the sacrifice. Ben Foss comes home to score. And it's 4-1 Eau Claire. Now to the 9th spot in the order, it's the catcher, Charlie Newman. That one misses outside. 1-0. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Newman. That one misses. 2-1 the count. And that one in there. Strike number 2, and the count evens up at 2-2 here to Charlie Newman. That 2-2 misses outside, and now the count runs full here to Newman. Again, nobody on and 2 outs. And that one called strike 3 as Newman goes down looking for out number 3. Strikeout number 3 on the night for Cooper Dykes on the mound. And that's going to do it for the top half of the second inning. 1 run scores on 1 hit. No runners left stranded. It's 4-1 Eau Claire after 1.5. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball here from the Rapids Area Sports Complex after this on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the second inning here from the Rapids Area Sports Complex. as Eau Claire leads Onalaska 4-1. Here in this one, Onalaska just put up that 1 run last inning. Contact Brad Stoke, Primerica Regional Vice President, for all of your investment and financial planning needs. Call 715-832-4538 to set up a complimentary financial review. Eau Claire up to bat here in the second. They put up 4 runs in the first inning on 4 hits. It'll be the 9-1-2 spots due up for Eau Claire. The first baseman, Patrick Callahan, leads things off. Callahan looks at one in the turf. 1-0 the count now. Again, starting on the mound for Onalaska is Griffin Schultz. And that one's going to be grounded hard to short. The throw is going to be in time for out number 1 as Callahan grounds out to short for out number 1. Play made at short by Caden Kokheisel. Now with 1 down and nobody on, we're back to the top of the order with the shortstop, Tyler Webb. Webb's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second in the first inning. And that one's going to be lined into right field, and it's going to fall. That'll be a hit for Tyler Webb. It's a single for Webb. So now with the runner at first and 1 down, we're to the 2 spot in the order. It's the pitcher, Cooper Dykes. Dykes is 1 for 1. Hit a single in the first inning. Looks at a strike that time. Dykes was the first scoring run for Eau Claire. And that one misses low. Evens up the count at 1-1 now to Dykes. And that one curves in there for strike number 2. 1-2 the count now to Dykes. And that one way outside. And the count evens up at 2-2 now to Dykes. Nice grab by Charlie Newman there behind the plate. 2-2 the count here to Dykes. And that one going to be fouled off, and the count remains 2-2 as Dykes battles away. Here's the 2-2. Inside, Dykes has to kind of hop out of the way, and now the count runs full. 3-2 the count here to Dykes. Runner at first, 1 out. The 3-2 pitch, grounded into the gap into left. That's going to be a hit. And another single for Cooper Dykes. As Tyler Webb advances to second base. Again, Dykes to first on the single. Now with runners at first and second and 1 out, We're on to the 3 spot in the order, the catcher, Sam Knickerbocker. And that one's in there for a strike. And with a last name like Knickerbocker, you got to think he's a New York Knicks fan. I think you've got to be. You're born to be a Knicks fan. As that one just misses. Evens up the count at 1-1 now to Knickerbocker. Schultz not happy with the call. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And again, here at Zaleski Sports, we tend to, we got some balls and strikes that might be close. We always go with whatever the umpire says. He's got the best view on the field. And that one's going to be grounded into the gap, into right field, and this may bring in another run for Eau Claire, and it does. That's an RBI single for Sam Knickerbocker. And the out at third as well. But an RBI single for Knickerbocker. Webb is out Dykes is out trying to advance to third for out number 2. Tyler Webb comes in to score. And your score is now 5-1, Eau Claire over Onalaska. Now a runner at first and 2 down. And the left fielder, Trenton Palmer, up to bat. Palmer's 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Looks at a strike there. Here's the 0-1. That one misses outside, and the count evens up at 1-1 now to Palmer. The 1-1 misses outside. 2-1 the count now to Palmer. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one misses inside as Palmer ducks out of the way. Now the count 3-1 to Trenton Palmer. And we've got some unhappy fans here about some of these balls and strikes calls. 3-1 the count. And that one misses high and outside. Ball 4. And Palmer is walked. Knickerbocker advances to second. Palmer is walked there to first. Now to the 5 spot in the order, it's the right fielder, Brayton Tillman. He was walked his first trip to the plate. And that's going to be fouled back for a strike. But again, we talked about it earlier. You know, a lot of the different baseball or softball seasons throughout high school, college age sports in Wisconsin, Legion, probably my favorite to cover. And there's a lot of upsides to it, but one thing to take into account is that's a swing and a miss. 0-2 is that unlike high school sporting events, alcohol is served at these events. So a lot of times in Legion, you tend to see fans get a little bit more riled up, let's just say, than I think in high school baseball. Maybe that's a reason, maybe it's not. But that misses outside, 1-2 the count. Here to Tillman, but again, I told this story, I think it was Wednesday at a Marshfield Chaparrals game, but there's one time in particular, as maybe I'll have to get to that at the break, as that's going to be grounded to short, and they take the force out at second base. So Onalaska gets out of the inning as Palmer's out heading to second base. Will go down as a ground out for Brayton Tillman for out number 3. And that's going to do it for the bottom half of the second inning. 1 run scores for Eau Claire on 3 hits, 1 walk. And it's 5-1 Eau Claire after 2 complete. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball action from Wisconsin Rapids after this on Zaleski Sports.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the third inning. Eau Claire leads at 5-1 over Onalaska. Onalaska up to bat here in the third. It's back to the top of the order with the pitcher, Griffin Schultz. First pitch to Schultz was a strike. That one in the turf. Again, it's Cooper Dykes on the mound for Eau Claire. 1-1 the count here to Schultz. And that one just misses. 2-1 the count now to Schultz. That's popped up. That's going to be out of play. Foul. And the count evens up at 2-2 now to Schultz. The 2-2 pitch drops and just misses. And now the count runs full to Griffin Schultz. That one called strike 3. Schultz not happy with the call as Schultz goes down looking for out number 1. That is strikeout number 4 on the night for Cooper Dykes on the mound. Now to the 2 spot in the order, it's the left fielder, Xavier Lawrence. Lawrence is 1 for 1. He had a single in the first. Looks at a strike there. And that one misses low and inside. Evens up the count at 1-1 now to Lawrence. The 1-1 pitch misses high and away. 2-1 the count now to Lawrence. And the 2-1 pitch misses low. 3-1. A 3-1 pitch misses high. Ball 4, and Lawrence is walked. On to the 3 spot in the order now with a runner at first and 1 down. It's the shortstop, Caden Kokeisel. Kokeisel was walked his first at-bat. Was back in the first inning. And that one called strike one. And that one in the turf evens up the count at 1-1 now to Kokeisel. And that one misses outside. 2-1 the count now to Kokeisel. And that's popped up. It's going to be shallow right territory here and caught for out number 2 as the second baseman, Tyler Iverson, took a nosedive or took a bit of a dive there. Trenton Palmer out there, Brayton Tillman out there in right makes the catch as Iverson just tried to duck out of the way of the ball, make sure he wasn't in the way. Kokeisel flies out to left field, out number 2. Now the runner at first and 2 outs. It's the center fielder, Carter Gilhausen, up to bat. Throw back to first, not going to be in time as Lawrence gets back safely. And that's fouled back out of play. 0-1 the count here to Gilhausen. And the 0-1 pitch, going to miss low and outside as the count evens up at 1-1 to Gilhausen. That's going to be grounded hard to short. They're going to go for the out at second, a risky decision, but it works out as they take the out at second base. Gilhausen grounds out, and that does it for the top half of the third inning. No run score, 1 walk, no hits, 1 runner left stranded. It's 5-1 Eau Claire after 2.5. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Welcome back, everybody. 5-1 Eau Claire over Onalaska, and in the break, Elliott Height just grounded out to second for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. So Height grounds out there to second. Now to the 7th spot, second baseman Tyler Iverson. Iverson looks at a ball in the turf. It looks like 3-1, Wisconsin Rapids leads Viroqua in the top of the 5th in that game. That game happening just behind us here at the Rapids Area Sports Complex. That one fouled off, evens up the count at 1-1 here to Iverson. Here's the 1-1. Ball 2. One and 2 from Schultz. Misses outside, make it, 3-1, the count now. And that one misses low. That is ball 4 as Iverson is walked. Now to the 8th spot in the order, it's the third baseman, Eli Rathke. He's 0 for 1, struck out in the first. Tyler Iverson, who was just walked, is 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI triple. Throw back to first, not going to be in time. That one misses. 1-0 the count here to Eli Rathke. That one misses again. 2-0 the count now to Rathke. That one just misses outside. 3-0 the count now to Rathke. And that one going to be fouled off. And that one grounded hard up the middle. The throw to second in time, throw to first in time. 4-6-3. Double play to end the inning. And it winds up being a 3-up, 3-down inning. No scores on the board, 1 walk. And Eau Claire remains in the lead 5-1 after 3 complete. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 4th inning. Eau Claire leads Onalaska 5-1. Here in this one, Onalaska up to bat after ending the last inning on the double play. 5, 6, 7 spots due up, starting with the third baseman, Caden Perzina. Check swing. And says he did check it. Ball 1. That one going to be grounded up the middle and grabbed by the shortstop. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. What a play there at short by Tyler Webb. That really was a smooth play at short from Webb for out number 1. So Perzina grounds out to short. Now to the 6th spot in the order, it's the first baseman, Ben Foss. Nobody on and 1 down. Foss is 1 for 1. He had that leadoff triple in the second, and he just barely was able to get out of the way of that pitch. 1-0 the count here to Foss. Pops that one up and out of play, foul. Now it's 1-1 to Foss. And that one swung on, fouled back. 1-2 the count now to Foss. Here's the 1-2. Gonna miss outside. 2-2 the count now to Foss. Here's the 2-2. That one fouled at the plate. Count remains 2-2. Count remains 2-2 here to Ben Foss. And he's 1 for 1. Grounds that one hard up the middle to Webb at short. Throw to first. In time again. Out number 2. Couple of nice plays from Tyler Webb there at short. And a couple ground outs to short for 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Now to the 7th spot in the order. It's the right fielder, Ben Stewart. Stewart with nobody on and 2 outs here. Stewart is 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. And he looks at a ball there. That one misses low. 2-0 the count now to Stewart. And that one in there for strike 1. 2-1 the count now to Stewart. And that one in there for strike number 2. Now the count evens up at 2-2 to Stewart. The 2-2 pitch in the turf. And now the count runs full to Ben Stewart. And that one misses. Ball number 4 as Stewart is walked. So now a runner at first and 2 down here. To the 8th spot in the order, it's the second baseman, Carsey Holter. That one's fouled off, out of play. 0-1 the count to Holter. The lights are on here in Wisconsin Rapids. That one misses. 1-1 the count now. Again, this one got started a little later than expected. That Stevens Point, as that's a swing and a miss from Holter. Count now 1-2 to Holter. But as that Stevens Point Anago game went a bit long. And that one going to be grounded to the mound, and just going to take the out at first by Dykes. Good decision there by Cooper Dykes, and a ground out from Holter to the mound for out number 3. So that's going to do it for the top half of the 4th inning. No run score, no hits, 1 walk, and the score remains 5-1 Eau Claire after 3.5. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to resume action here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Eau Claire leads Onalaska 5-1. As we hear from our friends over at Marquardt Motors. Marquardt Motors, your local Buick and GMC dealer, has the area's largest pre-owned and new vehicle inventory with new arrivals daily. View the inventory at marquardtmotors.com or stop in to talk to a friendly, salaried sales consultant. First pitch misses for a ball to the first baseman, Patrick Callahan, up to bat. The 9-1-2 spot's due up for Eau Claire, starting with Callahan. Callahan's 0 for 1, grounded out to short. Hits that one out into deep left field, foul territory, and it's going to be caught for out number 1 by the left fielder, Xavier Lawrence. So Callahan flies out to left. Now with nobody on and 1 down, to the top of the order we go, the shortstop, Tyler Webb. Webb had a couple of nice plays at short last half inning. Looks at a strike there. Webb is 1 for 2 tonight. He grounded out to second in the first and had a single in the second inning. Here's the 0-1. Low and away for a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1 now to Webb. The 1-1 pitch misses low and inside as Webb takes a quick hop step out of the way of that one. 2-1 the count now. And that's going to be grounded up the middle to short. The grab and the throw. It's out number 2. Throw made by Caden Kokeisel. Webb grounds out to short for out number 2. Now to the 2 spot in the order with nobody on and 2 down. It's the pitcher, Cooper Dykes. Dykes is 2 for 2. Had a single in the first inning, a single in the second inning. Looks at a curve down the middle, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That one misses outside. 1-1 the count now to Dykes. And that one going to be grounded to first. The grab, and that is out number 3 as Ben Foss makes the play at first. A ground out for Cooper Dykes, and that will do it for the bottom half of the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Eau Claire up to bat We're going to take a break. 5-1 Eau Claire over Onalaska. We'll be back with more American Legion baseball here from Wisconsin Rapids after this on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com. Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the fifth inning. Eau Claire with the 5-1 lead. It'll be Onalaska up to bat. This broadcast is brought to you by CCF Bank, a proud member of the Altoona Rails community. From spend and save accounts to accommodating your complex business banking needs, CCF Bank provides you with a home field advantage and Grand Slam products. Visit ccf.us to learn more. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Charlie Newman leads things off for Onalaska. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1. The 9-1-2 spots due up. Charlie Newman, Griffin Schultz, and Xavier Lawrence. Newman pops it up. Deep center field, and it will be caught for out number 1 by the center fielder, Elliott Height. So 1 down now as Newman flies out to center. Now to the top of the order, the pitcher, Griffin Schultz. Schultz is 0 for 2, grounded out in the first inning to second, and then struck out looking in the third. Cooper Dykes has had a really nice night on the mound tonight for Eau Claire. Really just 1 inning where he ran into some trouble, as that one's going to be fouled back. That was the second inning where Onalaska scored their lone run of this game. And even in that inning, it was just a 1 hit. He gave up 1 hit in the first, 1 hit in the second. And that is it. 2 hits given up tonight for Cooper Dykes on the mound. That one a ball. 1-1 the count now to Schultz. That one swung on, grounded, fouled at the plate. One and 2 the count now to Griffin Schultz. And calls timeout. Rather, Schultz calls timeout. He's got something in his eye or something. Seems to be all right. 1 and 2 the count here to Griffin Schultz. Nobody on and 1 down. And that one grounded at the plate, foul. Here's the 1-2. Misses high and away. 2 and 2 the count out of Schultz. That one misses again. Ball number 3, and now the count runs full here to Griffin Schultz. It's like the score 5-1. Wisconsin Rapids leads Viroqua right behind us here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Wisconsin Rapids will Just have to close it out in the 7th, and that one lined right to second. Nice play and catch made by Tyler Iverson there. So Schultz lines out to second for out number 2. And now to the 2 spot in the order we go with nobody on and 2 down. It's the left fielder, Xavier Lawrence. Lawrence is 1 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. A single in the first inning, was walked in the 3rd. And he looks at a ball that time. One and 0 the count. Xavier Lawrence. And Lawrence starting in left field for Onalaska. Shows bunt, pulls back, gets out of the way. That one inside, ball number 2. 2-0 the count now to Lawrence. That one in there for strike 1. 2-1 the count now to Lawrence. There's the 2-1 from Dykes. That's popped up. Shallow left center, and that will be caught for out number 3 by Trenton Palmer out there in left field. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Onalaska at the plate. And that's going to do it for the top half of the 5th inning. Your score remains 5-1. Eau Claire will step aside and be back with more Wisconsin Rapids Rangers Invite American Legion Baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Welcome back, everybody, as that is the catcher, Sam Knickerbocker, grounding out to third for out number 1. So 1 down here as Knickerbocker grounds out. 3, 4, 5 spots due up for Eau Claire here in the bottom of the 5th. Knickerbocker was the 3, grounds out. Now to the 4 spot, the left fielder, Trenton Palmer. Palmer's 1 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. Looks at a ball there. He had an RBI single in the first. Was walked in the second. Big swing and a miss that time as the count evens up at 1-1 here to Palmer. That one misses. 2-1 the count now to Palmer. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and in there for a strike. Strike number 2. The count now 2-2 to Palmer. And that one misses, and now the count runs full here to Trenton Palmer. That one hit well into left center and into the gap. That is going to roll all the way back and into the wall. That will be a stand-up double for Trenton Palmer. So Palmer with the double. And on to the 4 spot in the order we go. With a runner at second and 1 down, it's the right fielder, Brayton Tillman. Tillman's 0 for 1 and 2 trips to the plate. A walk and a ground out to short. Looks at a strike there. Schultz remains on the mound for Onalaska. Neither team has made a pitching change in this one. It's been Cooper Dykes all the way through thus far and Griffin Schultz for Onalaska all the way through. Here's the 0-1. That one going to be a slow roller here and bobbled at third. Runner will be safe. And again, I couldn't really see first at the time. Nonetheless, it's going to be Tillman reaching first. I'll give it a hit just for the sake of when it's close. Tie typically goes to the batter. Again, that one, the play is made at third. I think you'd have the out, but it's pretty close. I'll give it a single for Brayton Tillman. Now runners at the corners and 1 down. It's the shortstop, onto the 6th spot in the order. It's the center fielder, Elliott Height. That one going to be grounded to short. The toss to second for out number 1. Back to first. Not in time. Runner safe. Run scores for Eau Claire. They go up 6-1 as Trenton Palmer comes home to score. Elliott Height reaches on the fielder's choice, and it's Tillman out heading to second base for out number 2. So now 2 down with a runner at first. Eau Claire now leads at 6-1. Now to the 7th spot in the order. It's the second baseman, Tyler Iverson. Iverson's 1 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. Looks at a ball that time. He had a 2 RBI triple in the first and was walked in the third. That one misses again. 2-0 the count now to Iverson. The 2-0, that one grounded hard to second, the scoop and the throw, and that is out number 3 as Iverson grounds out to second for the third out of the inning. Play made by Carsey Holter there at second base. So 1 run scores here in the 5th for Eau Claire on 2 hits. 1 runner left stranded. We'll take a break. It's 6-1 Eau Claire over on Alaska. We'll take a break, be back with more American Legion baseball right after this on Zaleski Sports.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 6th inning. Eau Claire leads Onalaska 6-1 here in this one. It will be Onalaska up to bat here in the top of the 6th. This will be their second to last opportunity. Trying to make a run at this one. They scored 1 run in the second, none since, as you can see on the scoreboard. The 3, 4, 5 spots due up. So for Onalaska, this is the spot in the order where you'd want to make some noise here if you're going to try to get back into this one. It's Caden Kokeisel, the shortstop, leading things off. He looks at a strike on pitch number 1. That one going to be grounded foul down the third baseline. Quickly 0-2 here to Kokeisel. He is 0 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. He was walked in the first inning and flew out to left in the third. That one grounded hard on the third baseline. That is fair. And that one's going to go all the way deep into left field. That's going to be a leadoff stand-up double for Caden Kokeisel. And if you're on Alaska, you couldn't have really started the inning any better than that. Again, I said it, the 3, 4, 5 spots due up. This is the spot in the order. This is where you want to make some noise if you're on Alaska. With this spot in the order all the way late in the 6th inning here. Now up to bat, the center fielder, Carter Gilhausen. Gilhausen looks at a ball. He's 0 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Grounded out to short in the third. 1-0 the count to Gilhausen. That's going to be grounded hard into right field. That's a single for Gilhausen. Rounding third is Kokeisel coming home, and he scores. An RBI single for Carter Gilhausen. 6-2, the lead for Eau Claire as Gilhausen winds up at second on the single. Kokeisel comes in to score, and these spots in the order heating up at the right time for Onalaska right now. A lot of work to do, but couldn't have started this inning any better as the third baseman, Caden Perzina, now up to bat. He's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first. Grounded out to short in the fourth. Runner at second, no outs. And Perzina looks at a strike. 0-1. That one's going to be hitting to right. That's another hit, and that's going to get all the, or no, not all the way to the wall, but that's a well-hit ball from Perzina, and another run will score. An RBI single for Caden Perzina. And Onalaska cuts the deficit to 3 runs. Gilhausen comes in to score run number 2 here of the inning. 6-3 your score now. Runner at first, no outs. Now to the 6th spot in the order, it's the first baseman, Ben Foss. Foss is 1 for 2. He had a triple in the second. Grounded out to short in the fourth. Swings on pitch number 1, fouls it back. So Onalaska starts this 6th inning with 3 hits and 2 runs scored. 3 hits and 3 batters. Runner at first, no outs, 0-1 the count here to Foss. That one in there for a strike. 0-2 the count now. And that one lined into left. Will it stay fair? No, just falls foul. That could have been dangerous for Eau Claire as Foss hit that one well, just barely went foul there deep into left field. Oh, and it looks like on the mound for Eau Claire is Patrick Callahan. So Patrick Callahan on the mound for Eau Claire. That one lined into right. That'll fall. That's another hit. Runner rounding third, coming home, an RBI single for Ben Foss. And Onalaska has cut this deficit to 2 runs. Caden Perzina comes round to score. Ben Foss with the RBI single. And now we're going to have a meeting on the mound for Eau Claire. That'll give us a chance to hear from our friends over at Wipfli. Wipfli LLP, a national accounting and consulting firm. Wipfli brings the curiosity needed to uncover what's been overlooked. Their team works together to bring integrated solutions to turn your data into insights. You have the vision, Wipfli brings the clarity. Because perspective changes everything. Learn more at wipfli.com. 6-4. Onalaska has cut this deficit. They scored 3 runs here in the 6th inning. They had 1 run in the previous 5. Still no outs. Runner at first. It's 6-4. Right fielder Ben Stewart up to bat. He looks at a strike. Stewart's 0 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. Struck out looking in the 2nd. Was walked in the 4th. Here's the 0-1. Shows bunt. Gets it down, but foul. Fouls it off down the third base line. Count remains 0-2 as Stewart tries to get Foss into scoring position. Haven't seen a lot of stolen bases in this game. Haven't seen a lot of attempts on stolen bases. Here's the 0-2. Low for a ball. Stewart tells Foss to stay put at first. 1-2 the count now to Stewart. And the 1-2 pitch. Low, ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Stewart. And that one in the turf, and there goes Foss to second. Another runner in scoring position here for Onalaska. And after it was 0-2 to Stewart, 3 straight balls thrown, and now the count runs full here to Ben Stewart. That one misses low. Ball 4, and Stewart is walked. 5 batters here in the 6th. All 5 have gotten on. Now to the 8th spot in the order with runners at first and second and no outs. It's the second baseman, Carsey Holter. Holter's 0 for 2. He grounded out to short in the 2nd inning, grounded out to the mound in the 4th. But again, Onalaska, every single batter has gotten on base here in the 6th. And gets the bunt down. That's a good bunt. He's going to throw to third. That's not going to be in time. Everyone is safe. And the leading run is now at first for Onalaska. And I think Knickerbocker, if he could have that one back, he'd want it back. He could have had the out at first. He tried to get the force at third. Not in time. Holter reaches on the fielder's choice. As that one was not close. If the throw would have been made to first, that would have been an out at first base. And now the bases are loaded with no outs. Callahan on the mound has got a tough hole to dig himself out of here. Onalaska has just come alive here in the 6th inning. The catcher, Charlie Newman, now up to bat. 6 batters, all 6 have gotten on base here in the 6th inning. And that's going to be grounded to third. They're going to go home with it. They get the force at home. Throw to first, not in time. So no run score. And that's about as good as Eau Claire could have hoped for right there. Get the force out at home for out number 1. Newman reaches on the fielder's choice. We're back to the top of the order with the pitcher, Griffin Schultz. Schultz looks at a ball. Schultz is 0 for 3. Grounded out in the first, struck out looking in the third, lined out to second in the 5th. Here's the 1-0. That one drops in for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Schultz. The tying run is at second for Onalaska. That one misses low for another ball. 2-1 the count now. And again, if you're just joining us, coming into this inning, Eau Claire led it 6-1. Onalaska's put up 3 runs. The tying run is at second. That's going to be fouled off out of play. 2-2 the count now to Schultz. That one fouled off again as Schultz stays alive. As it looks like Wisconsin Rapids took down Viroqua 7-1. That one grounded to second. They go for the out at second base. They've got it. Run will score. The runner safe at first as well. So the run comes home. That is Ben Stewart coming home to score. Holter advances to third. Newman is out heading to second base for out number 2. And run scores here. I was looking at my scorebook. I'm not sure what happened. We've got fans yelling here. The umpire and Coach Adams of Onalaska trying to go through what happened here. And I don't know what the call was on the field. I'm still not sure what the call was. I think they sent the runner back. Again, I think they sent the runner back. We still have runners at the corners and 2 outs. So I believe our score is still 6-5. Again, the umpires have not, they didn't make any signal up here. That one misses. It's Xavier Lawrence up to bat. I think that was the first pitch thrown to Lawrence, so 1-0, I believe. Again, that was a hectic time, and we didn't get really any signals from the umpires as runner's going to steal second here. Again, I was trying to unpack that last play for you all, and a lot happened there. And you know what? Yeah, Schultz must have been hit by a pitch. No run scored. Schultz, I think, was hit by a pitch. He advances to second. That's who's at second base right now. Counts 2-1. That one down the third base line. It is fair. 1 run scores. Another comes home, and Onalaska has taken the lead here in the top of the 6th. Onalaska has taken the lead on the 2 RBI double from Xavier Lawrence. And an unbelievable inning here. It is 7-6 Onalaska, and that's going to be Out number 3. We'll keep it here and unpack this inning a little bit. That was Caden Kokeisel with the fly out to center for out number 3. He started the inning. But to recap this inning for you, Onalaska came in down 6-1. They put up 6 runs here in the top of the 6th and take the 7-6 lead over Eau Claire. It started with a double from Caden Kokeisel, then a single from Carter Gilhausen, an RBI single from Caden Perzina, then an RBI single from Ben Foss. So we're at 6-4, then a walk. Holter reached on a fielder's choice. Couple of outs in the field. Schultz was hit by a pitch, a really hectic play that was made hectic play that happened there. And then what ended the inning, or what happened, the last score we saw was a 2 RBI double from the left fielder Xavier Lawrence. And then the flyout was the center fielder Kokeisel, so it's 7-6. Onalaska leads Eau Claire. But again, it was Xavier Lawrence with that 2 RBI double that brought in the tying run and the leading run. And man, what a shift in the 6th that was. Again, the sport of baseball, the game is never over, and Onalaska just proved that. This one's still far from over. We're now to the bottom of the 6th inning, and still far from over. Just a 1-run game. Eau Claire now up to bat. 8-9-1 spots due up. Starting with the third baseman, Eli Rathke. Rathke looks at a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 misses. 1-1 the count now to Rathke. And that one misses outside. 2-1 the count now to Rathke. Rathke's 0 for 2 in this one. He struck out swinging in the first. Grounded out on a double play in the third. It's 2-1 here to Rathke. And a big swing and a miss that time, and it evens up the count at 2-2 here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. The curve in there, called strike 3. Rathke goes down looking for out number 1. That's strikeout number 3 on the night for Griffin Schultz. He's been out there all night, started the game, still out there here in the 6th. 1 down now as we move to the 9th spot in the order. It's the first baseman, Patrick Callahan. Callahan grounds it to second. Throw to first in time, and that's out number 2. So a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Now back to the top of the order for Eau Claire. It's the shortstop, Tyler Webb. Webb looks at a ball. Webb is 1 for 3 in this one. He grounded out to second in the first, had a single in the second, grounded out to short in the fourth. Checks the swing that time in there for a strike. 1-1 the count here to Tyler Webb. That one in for another strike. 1-2 now. Seven to 6. Onalaska leads it. The 1-2, that one fouled off, out of play. Count remains 2-2 now. And that one way inside as Webb's got a duck out of the way of that one. And no, it's 2-2. Count that makes the count 2-2. Time called. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses, low and away. And now the count runs full here to Tyler Webb. And that one grounded hard to short. Well, third, actually. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. Great play made there by the third baseman, Caden Perzina. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Onalaska out there in the field. And we're going to take a break, catch our breaths here. 3-up, 3-down in the bottom of the 6th. Onalaska leads Eau Claire 7-6. We'll step aside and be back with more American Legion baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 7-6 Onalaska over Eau Claire. The Altoona Athletics Booster Club invites you to work together and make it fun to support our student athletes and their sports programs. The Altoona Athletic Booster Club meets every third Wednesday of the month, 6:30 p.m. at Altoona High School. All are welcome to join the Altoona Athletics Booster Club, supporting student athletes to achieve excellence in academics, athletics, and sportsmanship. Also, a word from our friends over at Security Health Plan. Security Health Plan helps individuals and businesses find the right health insurance program for kids, adults, and families. Self-employed? No problem. Security Health Plan promises kept plain and simple. It'll be Onalaska back up to bat, looking to extend that one-run lead before Eau Claire will have a last chance at it to either extend the game or win it in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 spots due up. Carter Gilhausen, Caden Perzina, and Ben Foss. Starting with Carter Gilhausen. He's 1 for 2. Reach on a fielder's choice, ground out, and a single. And his 3 at-bats. Looks at a strike that time. Again, this was the spot in the order that gave Eau Claire problems last time. The 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. And this is the 4 spot here with Gilhausen. 0-1, drops the bunt down, fouls it at the plate, and I think he's kicking himself for that one. A little bit of a last-second bunt, and it was a tough one. It was a high pitch to try to bunt down. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2. Misses inside. 1-2 the count now to Gilhausen. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to miss outside. Evens up the count at 2-2 now. Now the count evens up at 2-2. That one misses outside, and now the count runs full here to Gilhausen. On the mound for Eau Claire is Tyler Iverson in here in the 7th inning. Coming in to replace Callahan. The count runs full to Gilhausen. Was 0-2, now it's 3-2. That one misses high and inside, ball 4, and Gilhausen is walked. Again, as mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Onalaska, that came into this game at 5-0 on the season. Eau Claire at 1-0. Onalaska for a while looked like they were in danger of dropping their first. But they're in the lead here. Third baseman Caden Perzina up to bat. Runner at first, no outs. Perzina looks at a strike. Perzina's 1 for 3. He struck out swinging in the first, grounded out to short in the fourth, and then had an RBI single in the sixth, which it seems like the whole Onalaska team had RBI singles in that sixth inning. And he drops the bunt down to the mound. Throw to first is going to be in time as Perzina grounds out. So one down now as Gilhausen advances to second base. So a runner in scoring position here for Onalaska. Runner at second, one down, onto the sixth spot in the order. It's the first baseman, Ben Foss. Foss is 2 for 3. Had a triple in the second, a ground out to short in the fourth, and an RBI single in the sixth. And that's going to be grounded into the gap into left field. It's going to bring in, well, we'll see here. It brings in one more run for Onalaska. An RBI single for Ben Foss. And Onalaska goes up 8-6 here in this one. Gilhausen crosses home plate, and Onalaska these last 2 innings has just been a completely different team at the plate. Now to the 7th spot in the order, it's the right fielder, Ben Stewart. Stewart's 0 for 1 and 3 trips to the plate. Runner at first and 1 out, he looks at a ball. Stewart struck out looking in the second inning, was walked in the fourth, and walked in the sixth. Here's the 1-0. That one misses high. 2-0 the count now to Stewart. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and misses low and away. 3-0 the count now to Stewart. That one in there, strike one. 3-1 the count now to Stewart. Here's the 3-1 pitch. In there, called strike two. Just got the outside edge, says the umpire. Runner at first, one down. 3-2, fouled at the plate. Count remains full here to Ben Stewart. Again, the previous 2 times that he was walked in this game, there was also full counts. So every time Stewart has been walked tonight, it's been off a full count. See if it holds true again. No, swing and a miss. Stewart goes down swinging for out number 2. First strikeout of the night for Iverson on the mound. And now we move on to the 8th spot in the order with a runner at first and 2 down. It's the second baseman, Carsey Holter. Holter's 0 for 2 and 3 trips to the plate. Looks at one in the turf there. Knickerbocker makes sure he's got the ball there. He double-checked it. One 1-0 here to Holter. Grounded out in the second. Brought in a run, though. Grounded out in the fourth and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th. The 1-0, that one misses again. 2-0 the count now to Holter. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside, make it 3-0. It's back-to-back batters where Iverson has thrown 3 balls in the first 3 pitches. Last batter he wound up striking out, even with throwing 3 balls in the first 3 pitches. Here's a 3-0, misses inside, that's ball 4. And Holter is walked. Foss advances to second. Now with runners at first and second base and 2 outs, we're on to the 9 spot in the order. It's the catcher, Charlie Newman. Newman's 0 for 2 in 3 trips to the plate. A strikeout looking. Fly out to center field, and he reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th. That one in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Low, ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Newman. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be grounded over to first. Going to be a tough play. Iverson's got to come from the mound, and he does. No, he drops the ball. He drops the ball. Runner coming home. Called out at home plate. Out number 3 as they get Foss out at home for out number 3 here in the inning. So that's going to do it for the top half of the 7th. But Onalaska, they put up 1 more run on 1 hit, a couple of walks. And Onalaska leads at 8-6 heading into the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll take a break, be back with the last shot for Eau Claire to either tie it up or take the lead after this on Zaleski Sports.
Be ready for your season with Play It Again Sports of Eau Claire. Play It Again Sports is just down the road, south of the 5393 intersection in Eau Claire. Just tell them you saw this commercial on Zaleski Sports and get $5 off any $50 order and $10 when you spend $100. Play It Again Sports, buy, sell, trade, and be ready for your season.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom half of the 7th inning coming up. Onalaska leads Eau Claire 8-6, and if you're just joining us, you missed a pretty wild last couple of innings. It was 6-1 Eau Claire through 5 innings. Then in the top of the 6th, Onalaska comes out with a 5-hit inning. 5-hit inning where they score 6 runs to take the lead. Then Eau Claire comes out with a 3-up, 3-down. Another run scored for Onalaska. That's how we're at 8-6. Onalaska in the lead here. Eau Claire with the last shot here. The pitcher, or starting pitcher, Cooper Dykes up to bat. Grounds it to third. Here's the throw to first. Out number 1, and Onalaska 2 outs away from completing this comeback victory. Dykes with the ground out. Now to the 3 spot in the order. Again, this is the spot in the order Eau Claire would want. 2, 3, 4. You can't ask for much better than that. As now up to bat is the catcher, Sam Knickerbocker. He's 2 for 3, had a single in the first, an RBI single in the second, and a ground out in the 5th. 1 down, nobody on to Knickerbocker. Looks at a strike. And again, still on the mound, having been on the mound since the beginning of this one, is Griffin Schultz. 0-1 the count to Knickerbocker. The curve misses high and away. 1-1. The count here to Knickerbocker. The 1-1 grounded, and that's going to get into the gap into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Sam Knickerbocker. And Eau Claire needed that one. as they've got a runner on here at first. One down. Now to the 4th spot in the order, it's the left fielder, Trenton Palmer. Palmer's 2 for 3. He had an RBI single in the first, 2 for 2 in 3 trips to the plate. As we're trying to figure out pitch counts here at the field. And people trying to figure out pitch counts here. And Onalaska, so to clarify things here, Onalaska's trying to figure out a pitch count. Looking up to the press box up here, but we're not, no one's up here is keeping track of pitch counts. The umpire's looking up to the press box looking for a pitch count because they're trying to figure out what Schultz's pitch count is. And again, we'll see what they decide here, but that's what's going on here. So basically, Coach Adams for Onalaska is trying to figure out where Schultz is at for a pitch count. And we're trying to figure it out. I don't know. I think they're trying to figure out. Obviously, they're trying to figure out what pitch count Schultz is at, but I don't know if they're keeping track of that in their own dugout or not. If not, that's because once you hit 100 pitches, you gotta take them out. So they're still trying to figure this out here in terms of just where Schultz is at for pitches. Again, I think they're going to go with whatever they've got in the home dugout. I don't know if they have someone keeping track of pitches there or not. They're still. Well, they're going to take. So I think they're going to take Schultz out here. So they're going to take Schultz out of the game. I think they're going to come to the decision that he hit 100. I don't think anyone actually knows. Again, I don't know if Eau Claire is keeping a pitch count, if Onalaska is keeping a pitch count. Are they both keeping a pitch count? I think most of the time, I think each team usually has people in their dugout to keep some of those stats. But regardless of where the number has come from, Schultz is coming out of the game. That I can tell you. Griffin Schultz's night will be done, and coming in to pitch for Schultz will be Caden Kokheisel. He's going to try to close this one out for Onalaska. Again, trying to break this one down for you as best I can with the information that I have here. And the best conclusion I can give you is that they're trying to figure out the pitch count for Griffin Schultz. Didn't seem like we had an official count somewhere. So at the end of the day, they got a number from somewhere. They got a pitch count number from somewhere. I don't know where, but Griffin Schultz comes out and Caden Kokheisel comes in. So it's Kokheisel in to try to close things out for Onalaska. There's a runner at first. There's one out. And up to bat for Eau Claire is Trenton Palmer, the left fielder. Palmer is 2 for 2 in 3 trips to the plate. An RBI single in the first, a walk in the second, a double in the fifth. Looks at a ball there. That one called strike one. Evens up the count at 1-1 here to Palmer. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one just misses. Called ball 2. Count now 2-1 here to Palmer. And here is the 2-1. Swing and a miss. As the count evens up at 2-2 now to Palmer. Again, Kokeisel looking to close this thing out for Onalaska. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. And Palmer is not happy with that call as he exchanged some words with the umpire on his way back to the dugout. It's going to be out number 2. Palmer goes down looking. And now Onalaska is 1 out away from closing out this comeback fashion win against Eau Claire. Brayton Tillman trying to keep it alive. The right fielder, Brayton Tillman. He's 1 for 2 and 3 trips to the plate. A walk, a ground out, and a single. 1-0 the count here to Tillman. And that one grounded right up the middle line to the mound. That is out number 3. Kokeisel makes the catch for out number 3. And Onalaska completes the improbable comeback victory against Eau Claire here in this one. They win it 8-6. And the umpire was saying some stern words to Griffin Schultz there. And he's still... The umpire is still pointing at, I think it was Schultz. So the umpire, highly contentious end to this game, but the facts of the matter are Onalaska completes the comeback victory. They were down 6-1. Going into the 6th inning, they win it 8-6. Coming up next is your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Be sure to stay tuned to that postgame show because we will be speaking with Coach John Adams of Onalaska, as well as our Highlight House player of the game, Ben Foss. So keep it here on Zaleski Sports. We're going to take a break, hear from our friends at Nasonville Dairy, be back with your post-game show after this on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Let's get this set up. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Let's maybe scoot over a little bit, Coach. Sorry about that. All right. Fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. Joined now by Coach Adams of Onalaska. And, Coach, this was a pretty wild game. You guys were down 6-1. Obviously, in the sport of baseball, you know it's never over. 6-1, you guys put up the 6 runs there in the 6th inning. Talk about the resiliency of this team to kind of pull that off in the 6th and close it out also.
Well, first of all, Griffin Schultz manned up and threw well later in the game, too. I mean, they scored some runs. They were hitting the ball, and he got some off-speed stuff over and helped us a lot. And then the guys coming up to hit, never say die. You got to be ready all the time, and they came through.
Yeah, and then you guys improved to 6-0 here on the season. Talk about this early on in this season still, what you've liked out of your guys so far this year.
Again, just coming up and being ready to hit, being aggressive, positive at bats. So we talk about that all the time, making it a positive at bat. Practice, make good reps, work hard, and they've been doing that for us.
Yeah, and then you talked to the team there after the game. What was your message to the guys that going into the rest of this tournament here this weekend?
Just keep the emotions high, positive, and keep working hard, and see what happens.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations on the win. Yep. We'll have our Highlight House player of the game, Ben Foss, coming up over here in just a second. And Ben, just talked to Coach about it. Pretty wild game. The tensions got high there late, obviously, with some random weird stuff there at the end. But you guys, you were down 6-1 going into the 6th. You put up 6 runs there. You had the big RBI hit to bring in the tying run and the leading run, I should say. Talk about, first off, what did you see, I guess, on that pitch where you were able to bring in that leading run?
I just stayed confident the whole time. I knew that the team needed me to bring in a run there, and I just wanted to execute and do it for the team. So I just stayed confident, stayed in it, and I got the RBI in. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, and then not easy to come back from a 6-1 deficit. Talk about the resiliency of this team and what you think you guys have and how you guys were able to have the resiliency there to come back there in the 6th inning.
We didn't quit. I'm so happy for everybody. I'm proud of everybody. Everybody stayed up. Nobody gave up. We were down 6-1 middle of the game, and you'd think a lot of people give up on that, but we didn't quit. We knew we could do it. Bats came alive and we came alive and just kept going. We got the win.
Yeah, and you guys traveling down to Wisconsin Rapids here for this tournament. Talk about what your guys' mindset as players is. What you guys looking to do here these next couple of days?
We're just looking to show people that we came here to fight, and we're not one of the lower teams. We're here to play. We're here to win. We're here to get it done.
All right. So the last thing I'll do is give you that. So I'll put you in what's called the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. So I'll count you down from 3, 2, 1. You'll say, "My name is Ben Foss, and I'm in the house." Okay. You'll look right into the camera when you do that.
Okay.
So I'll step out of the frame and I'll count you down. Okay.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
My name is Ben Foss, and I'm in the house.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, man. Congratulations
Yeah,
on the
thank
win.
you very
Yep.
much.
Thank you. All right, so that was our Highlight House player of the game, Ben Foss, and also Coach Adams of Onalaska as well. Thanks to both Coach Adams and Ben Foss for joining us here after the game. It's late night, so appreciate them. Always appreciate coaches and players stopping by to talk with us here on Zaleski Sports. But Onalaska, they get the 8-6 come from behind win in that 6th inning. Again, they put up the 6 runs in the 6th inning. It was 6-1, and Onalaska, they hadn't really found a rhythm at all throughout the first 5 innings of that game at the plate. But again, that just shows you in the sport of baseball. I think as Ben Foss said there, that that team was resilient. They stuck with it there in the 6th, and they got the bats going there in the 6th inning. I think it was 4 hits to start the inning. The first 6 batters got on base, and then Ben Foss had the 2 RBI single that brought in what would be the tying run and then the leading run for the game as well to make it 7-6. They wound up putting 1 more run up on the board in the 7th, and they get to win 8-6 here in this game. So Onalaska takes down Eau Claire here in this one, and that's going to bring us to the close of our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Go to NasonvilleDairy.com. In today's action, we had Steve Maves over there. Wisconsin Rapids beat Viroqua. Steve Maves on the call for that one. De Pere got a win here today as well on that other field. And then 2 games I had the pleasure of calling here was Onalaska getting the win here against Eau Claire. And then in game 1 here tonight, Stevens Point took down Anago in a 16-2 romping there. Stevens Point really played well in their first game here of the season. So if you joined us for both games, thank you very much. You joined us for just one game, thank you for joining us here on Zaleski Sports tonight. That brings us to the end of our broadcast here tonight. But don't forget that we've got these tournament games coming up for you all weekend long. Tomorrow we'll be here live with this Wisconsin Rapids Rangers invite here from Wisconsin Rapids. Live baseball for you in American Legion all weekend long. Saturday, Sunday. Stay tuned with us. My name is Cale Jacoby, but from everybody at Zaleski Sports, I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on Zaleski Sports.